What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday evening Champman FPL blank game week 22, and it's live. Oh, fucking hell. Made that same mistake again, on playing Suj tonight, so I thought I'd bring the bandit. I've got a few different ones. I don't know what the label of these is, but yeah, they're alright. This is only a baby one. Basically, they're going to get stronger and stronger as the night goes on, and the night doesn't end at 10 o'clock. That's a spoiler for you for later. So, as per usual, I don't know any of the team news. I'll take you through my team, and then we'll have a look at the team news for the 4 games. Very happy to take on sort of like FPL questions tonight as well. Let's have some fun. Last night at Freedom, and what are we doing? We spend it with our families? No, we're here doing this shit. And the reason why is shout out to FPL underscore taxation, simple goal underscore FPL, James Alapran, ragtime underscore Willie at Lordy Leroy, Motley Barnett, FPL underscore Panda, Rob Chetty, amazing work on my Patron Champions League game, mate. Well done. At Tala underscore Nadeem underscore 90, at FPL underscore FOMO, at CM Scout FPL, and at FF Scout underscore Luke. Thank you very much for everything you're doing involved in the creation and the continuation of this game. So, by the way, guys, it's intentional that I came on late tonight. You know, 4 games and all that. I thought, there's no fucking point rushing, is there? I've done the team news by 22, and then it'll be 20 minutes of FPL. So I thought, yeah, let's just kind of keep it kind of fast paced. I made 2 free transfers. Van Nistelrooy is gone, and the injured Gus Poyet is gone. I've bought in Kieran Dyer and Alan Shearer. Newcastle double up for the blank game week and ahead of their now confirmed double in game week 23. The leak was great news for everybody that Rob picked the scout released, except for me, because I had intended to sell Van Nistelrooy anyway. And to think that I could have been in this position now with hopefully a full complement of players. No Blanc, no Veron, no Van Nistelrooy. Yeah, I could have been in a really, really good position tonight, but I guess all of you have got off. We'll find out your ownership, your captaincy numbers and that shortly, I assume. Viduka, 75% captaincy, I would guess, around about. But we'll come on to that. My team, without knowing the team news tonight, is full team, no chip shoes or anything like that. It's Seaman, Hart, Hippier, Horidison. I've got Triple H playing at the back. Time to play the game, kids. Midfield 4 of Gerrard, Biscan, Kieran Dyer. What other dickhead do I have? Stephen McPhail. I have Thierry Henry, Alan Shearer vice captain, Mark Viduka captain. I also have Nikos Dabizas on the bench should he be in the Newcastle team and if I'm missing anyone. So let's have a look at these teams. We are 10 minutes till kickoff. We will start obviously alphabetically, so we'll go to Craven Cottage first. Lewis Beaumorte plays left midfield for Fulham. There is a place for Lewis Sahar. Steve Malbronk is back in the Fulham team. No Sylvan Legwinski. Alan Gomer is back at centre-half. There is a start at right back for Kevin Betsy. Fulham are 4-4-2. John Harley also returns to that Fulham lineup. It is Van der Sar, Betsy, Melville, Gomer, Harley. Betsy and Harley from fullback are labelled, very much allowed to push on. Midfield 4 is right to left. Stolzers, Malbronk, Lee Clark, Lewis Beaumorte. Up front, Lewis Sahar, Steve Marley. Steve Malbronk encouraged to attack from a central midfield position. On the bench for Fulham, Marcus Hanneman, Ricardo Carmo, Lucas Cornwell, Zach Knight and Barry Hales. I feel like someone important's missing from that Fulham side, but other than Legwinski, I can't quite work out who it would be. Oh, John Collins. Where's John Collins? Is he injured or suspended, John Collins? I don't think he is. But no John Collins in that Fulham team. For Newcastle, headline news being that Dabizas doesn't play centre-half. I think Chettle and Marcelino continue at centre-half. So Puncis is not in the midfield. Gary Speed plays. But I think those of interested people, Shearer, Court, Mercedes, Dyer play. Shay Given is in goal. That could be really important news ahead of double game week 23, I suspect. Olivia Bernard plays left midfield. Newcastle are Given, Barton, Marcelino, Chettle and Elliott. Midfield 4, right to left of Dyer, Beseda, Speed and Bernard. Dyer and Bernard can attack from wide. Court and Shearer up front. Jimmy Walker is on the Newcastle bench with Sapunsis, Craig Bellamy, Andy O'Brien and Wayne Quinn. To Leeds United. Mark Viduka starts. Harry Kewell does not make the Leeds United 16. Ian Hart plays at right back. That is weird. I don't know what that means. If it's potentially good, bad, indifferent. He plays at right back. Matteo plays at left back. Start for Alan Mabry. Steve McPhail plays wide on the left of midfield. It's Backer and Singh central. So it's Martin in goal. Ian Hart at right back. Radaby, Ferdinand at centre half. Matteo at left back. Hart and Matteo both encouraged to attack. It's Alan Mabry right midfield. Backer and Singh central. McPhail on the left. Robbie Keane, who has a injured jaw, probably following an altercation in a Leeds nightclub, does start attacking midfield to support Mark Viduka. Alan Smith is amongst the Leeds substitutes, but obviously the injured Michael Bridges is not. Simon Johnson, Jacob Burns, Jonathan Woodgate and Paul Robinson complete that Leeds bench. You would suspect that with Keane's potential jaw injury, I mean, that's dodgy, isn't it? Could well be 90 minutes here for Viduka, you would think, and he's obviously going to be captained by, I can see it now, 63%. Van Nistelrooy 17%, as a lot of people either don't pay attention or obviously dead teams. 63%, in my opinion, is lower than I had anticipated. Leeds play West Ham tonight. Jermaine Defoe plays up front. West Ham are David James in goal, back four of Potts, Repka, Song, Minto. Midfield four of Sinclair, Hutchison, Cole, Courtois. Those two wide players can push on. It's Defoe and Di Canio up front. Canute is on the bench with Michael Carrick, Jermaine Genus, Hayden Fox and Shaka Hislop, which obviously means David James is back in goal for West Ham. To Anfield. There is no, I tell a lie, there is an Igor Biscan. Igor Biscan plays at right back for Liverpool. John Arisa at left back. Henshaw and Hippier back in together at centre half. It starts for Gerard Berger. Vladimir Smeets is back in the team. It's Fowler, Heskey up front. Strong team from Liverpool, and I think we expected that with this fixture against Arsenal. It's Dudek. Biscan at right back. I don't know if that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. Hippier, Henshaw, Risa at left back. Gerard and Berger central midfield. The two wide players are Danny Murphy and Vladimir Smeets. They're encouraged to get right forward in support of Robbie Fowler and Emil Heskey. On the bench for Liverpool, Kirkland, Littman, Miles, Redknapp, Barmby. The Arsenal lineup includes Kanu up front again with Thierry Henry. Robert Perez plays on the right and midfield. Lauren plays right back. So Bergkamp and Jeffers only subs. The full Arsenal lineup is Seaman in goal. Lauren, Adams, his mate at centre half. Ashley Cole, Robert Perez, Ray Parler, Albertini, Tikhonov, Henry, Kanu. Perez and Tikhonov encouraged to attack from the wide positions, but not to the extent of Murphy and Smeetser. On the bench for Arsenal, Richard Wright, Martin Keown, Matt Upson, Dennis Bergkamp, Francis Jeffers. And finally, we obviously knew the Manchester United lineup, but I'll clarify it again for you. It's Lille in goal, Ricardo Lille. Phil Neville, Brown, Sylvester Irwin, the back four. Beckham, Butt, Scholes, Fortune, the midfield four. Andy Cole and Dwight York up front. Paul Scholes has an attacking arrow, similar to what Veron would have. That's the only one amongst the United lineup. I guess the key news that people might have been a little bit worried about is none of these big hitters are substitutes. The one that might interest people is Luke Chadwick is a substitute for Manchester United, along with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, David May, Ronnie Woolwork, and James Jousey is the substitute goalkeeper. And for Ipswich, this common system we see when they play away from home against stronger sides, flat back five, midfield three, spread right across, and two defensive forwards. Jamie Clapham is not amongst that Ipswich lineup. He's not in the 16. Alan Armstrong is incredibly unlucky to miss out. Marcus Stewart is back for Ipswich. They are Serrani in goal. Back five, right to left. Tarico, Bramble, Gardso, McGrill, Haridason left back. Finidi George right midfield. Matt Holland central midfield. Amir Karic left midfield. Marcus Stewart and Pablo both back fit. Play as defensive forwards on the bench for Ipswich. Andy Marshall, Sixto Peralta, Jermaine Wright, Martin Roycer and Alan Armstrong. That's your team news from the 4 games this evening. May I wish you the very, very best of luck. I have some ownership captaincy numbers. And then we're going to go and have a look at Suj's team, because me and Suj got a big head-to-head tonight. So, DM's in from captain. I think you may have seen many of these statistics already on your screen. So, captaincy you will have probably seen, and it's on the screen again now. To be precise, Viduka 62.82% captaincy. Van Nistelrooy 16.82%. Alan Shearer, it's low, isn't it? 4.45%. I guess people just didn't feel they could go against Viduka. I presume it's Andy Cole, 3.91%. It's not clarified if it's Ashley Cole, but I'm going to assume it's Andy Cole. Thierry Henry, 2.82%. Ian Hart, 1.5%. Boa just over 1%. Dwight York also captained by 1%. Ownership is going to be really interesting now. Fascinated to see what Van Nistelrooy's ownership. I think that's the headline here. Ruud Van Nistelrooy's ownership is down to 30.85%. This is brilliant for the game, genuinely. Now we want him injured for a few weeks as well when he comes back, I think. This is good. People have got decisions to make now. Won't surprise you that the big 3 Leeds are now the top 3 owned. The ones I all own. Viduka 81%, McPhail 68%, Ian Hart 65%. Herman Haridason is the only other person owned by more than 50%. Thierry Henry's shot up in ownership. 47.5% owned. Boa similar number. David Seaman very well owned now. 45% ownership. Shearer's up to 42% ownership already. Stolz is also 42%. Between 30 and 40%. Johnson, Fester, Biscan and Van Nistelrooy. And in the 20s, Salakovic, Ashley Cole, Stephen Gerrard, Laurent Blanc, Dean Kiley, Besaidus, Titus Bramble, Maurizio Tarico, Andy Cole. So Andy Cole, 20% ownership overall this evening. Dean Gordon and it's 17% ownership. Obviously doesn't play tonight. David Beckham, 16%. They'll be a little bit nervous, I guess, as he'll be carrying the flag. You know what I ain't got ready is my fucking tweet deck. That's going to be a big problem as it's 8 o'clock. Hold on, kids. There she is. Kickoff underway in our 4 games. A limited amount of teams in action, but with the fixtures on offer, you've got to feel there are goals to come in these games. Good luck, everybody. Most transferred in. Alan Shearer, 406 new owners. Thierry Henry, 318. I thought people would wait a week longer, but I guess it's that Van Nistelrooy to Henry straight away with the value. I'm a bit disappointed with that, actually, because I was hoping most people would miss Henry for the weekend. Early update from Ellen Road. Leeds set up to attack here. West Ham, very much the opposite. Classic Thomas Repka move to report here. Inside 20 seconds, he barges into the back of Harpal Singh to remind him he's in the game. Brutal. Dangerous position. Ian Hart is over the free kick. Andy Cole bought by 225. Boa also has more than 200 new owners. Viduka 186 new. Ashley Cole 176 new. Gerrard 145. Beckham 128 seems strange. Feels like people not looking at the scout link. Ian Hart 120 new owners. Stolzers and Besaidus also over 100. And then new owners between 150. Phil Neville, Ricardo Little, 97 net transfers in. Could be a waste. Ian Hart has scored for Leeds. He's given Leeds an early lead. He's obviously scored from that free kick because Harpal Singh has given the assist as well. That's quick. That's going to be one of the quickest goals of the season. Ian Hart, the goal scorer. Harpal Singh, the assist. And Sujan Shah, I'll come on to you in a minute because we had a conversation today on our Patreon podcast and I said, I will be so happy if you don't get Ian Hart on that free hit. Ian Hart has given Leeds the lead. Harpal Singh with the assist. Hart goal, Singh assist. Ownership between 150 net new owners. Phil Neville, Ricardo Lewis had said, Dennis Irwin, Stephen McPhail, Warren Barton, Kieran Dyer, Alan Gomar, Mikel Silvestre, Patrick Berger, David Seaman, Dwight York, Paul Scholes, Andy Melville. And FPL Captain, thank you very much for supplying me some of these numbers. For those who wanted to tag that person, it was the bottom with 47 new owners. Tell them I said, fuck yeah! Most transfers out this week. Ruud van Nistelrooy has lost 672 owners. Goals are flying in tonight. Goal at Anfield. Robbie Fowler has given Liverpool the lead. Big assist as well. Sami Hyypiä has it. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. Robbie Fowler with the goal. Sami Hyypiä with the assist. We've only got 4 games, but 2 minutes in, we've got 2 goals. These lot have simmed it to go boom tonight. Robbie Fowler goal. Sami Hyypiä assist. Liverpool have the lead. I see Suj saying, watch James' face when he realised he sees I did by heart. You prick. That's because you actually listened to me. So Van Nistelrooy's lost 672 owners. And not many keeping faith with Alan Johnson. 381. He's lost 34% of ownership, Alan Johnson. Blanc, 300 out. Van Nistelrooy, 266 out. Fascinating to see how these people think they're going to get their Manchester United assets back in, by the way. Selakovic, 175 out. Before a double in game week 23 is really interesting. Festa, Dean Sturridge, Peter Schmeichel, James Scowcroft, Staunton, Wilcox, Pedersen all lost over 100 owners. Alan Boxic lost 97. Dean Gordon, 85. And then between 50 and 60, there's a few. Dean Kiley, Mario Melchiot, Mark Crossley, Sergei Rebov, another one's lost 53 owners. I understand that a little bit more because of the value. But again, double in game week 23. Robbie Keane, 38 net transfers out. Interesting. I'd have probably taken something from him, I think. Kevin Nolan, Olaf Melberg, Fabian Barthez have also lost a decent amount of ownership, a few percentages. On the Ian Hart goal, Leeds lead inside 60 seconds. Ian Hart flighted a perfect free kick over the wall and into the top corner from just outside the box. Perfect lift and dip. David James stood no chance. Repka's enforcing challenge looks a little silly now. We'll have update on Liverpool's opening goal against Arsenal very shortly as well. Now, this is my patrons will know this, and a lot of other people have been following Twits, etc. will also probably know. But we set up a Patreon Champions League. 8 groups of 9 play each other once. Knockout matches over 2 legs. 1-off semi-final, final. 72 patrons involved on this particular game. Fire. And it starts today. And me and Suj not only landed in the same group, we actually landed as being the first fixture out against each other. So, Suj, I think in fairness, was planning to free hit tonight anyway, because I think you only would have had 5 or 6 starters. I want to see if I can try and find his team, which I should be able to quite quickly, because Suj has decided that in our mini league, because there's money at stake, he's going to start playing. Because after 2 game weeks, he's actually top of our, he's second of our Patreon mini league. Only Ian Davis ahead of him. I'll cut off there because there's a penalty at Craven Cottage. Obviously, if it's Newcastle, it will be Shearer. If it's Fulham, a little bit more up for debate. Could be Barmorte, Sahar or Marley, I guess. On the Robbie Fowler goal, fantastic start for the Reds. Hyypiä collects a loose ball out wide and sends the ball into the box. Fowler is unmarked, takes a touch and sends a lovely finish across Seaman and into the net. We wait an update from Craven Cottage to find out who's got that penalty. Let's see if I can get this team of Suj's while I'm waiting. Okay, so Suj's David Seaman in goal. So we've both got Seaman. That cancels each other out. We've both got Ian Hart. He's got Ashley Cole and Phil Neville versus my Hyypiä and Haridason. So I currently lead with that Hyypiä assist. He's got Kjol, who doesn't play. So actually, he's now got Haridason coming in. He's got Berger, Scholes, Malbronk. He's got Viduka, Andy Cole, Shearer. Quite similar. The penalty is to Newcastle. Van der Sar saved Cole Court's header. Big striker got to the rebound first and then collided with Van der Sar going down. Ref judges it as a foul, but it looked soft. And the ref's calling the Dutchman over. Yellow or red coming up here for Edwin van der Sar of Fulham. Wow, what a start. 4 games. Who needs 10? I presume that Suj captained Viduka. So he's got Andy Cole, Berger, Scholes, Malbronk, Ashley Cole, Phil Neville. We've got about 6 different. Edwin van der Sar has been sent off for Fulham. Van der Sar didn't even think it was a penalty and now he sees red. He's apoplectic. Fulham need a keeper and sacrifice Marley to bring on Marcus Hanneman. Newcastle's penalty maestro jogs over a long way to take the kick. Presumably that's Shearer. It doesn't factually say, but I'm assuming it must be Alan Shearer. Yes, it would be a Cole Court assist if converted as well. But big news there in that match, potentially for attacking Newcastle assets. What about your Fulham assets? Barmorte, Sahar, Malbronk, now with 10 men at home to Newcastle. We await news on this penalty, which we presume will be taken by Alan Shearer. You can see from the graphic that Newcastle have the lead. You may be able to guess from my laugh that Alan Shearer is not the goal scorer. The goal scorer for Newcastle United is Steve Chettle. Steve Chettle has scored the penalty. It's Cole Court assist. Chettle goal, assist Court. I guess we could have read in the description of the tweet about Van der Sar being sent off that it did seem a bit weird about the penalty maestro running a long way. Why would Shearer have been running a long way? So, wow, Alan Shearer not on Newcastle penalties. Steve Chettle, bought for a couple of bags of crisps very recently, I think from Nottingham Forest, has given Newcastle, the lead. Chettle sends Hanneman the wrong way from the spot and wheels away with one arm aloft. Who else did you think was going to take it? Fucking class. Guys, can you all make sure you're live? Also, there might be quite a lot of new people in the chat tonight. Just bear in mind that the video is on a 30-second delay, which you can see kind of messaged right here. So, for the benefit of the chat, yeah, you know, if you want to be dickhead clever, you'll get the we haven't had to say this for ages. You can get the tweets first before you get the goals in here. Please don't ruin the chat for people who want to enjoy the live experience. But yeah, cool. Otherwise, just make sure you're live as well, guys. So, me and Suj, head to head. So it's most points in this game week gets 3 points, and then we're part of a group. There's only 4 going through from a group of 9, so there's not really much time to waste time. So Suj has Ashley Cole, Phil Neville, Malbronk, Berger, Scholes, Andy Cole against my Henri McPhail, Gerard Biscan, Hippier. I think that's it. Let us know, who do you think's going to win? Here's Suj's team. Fucker. That's come up quite clear, actually. That's Suj's team. I'll get up my team. And that's me. So let us know in the chat, guys. Who do you fancy, me or Suj? I mean, obviously with this face. it would be Suj. But who do you think's going to win tonight? News of an update from Craven Cottage. Bernard goes close twice in a minute. First, he goes on a fantastic run before seeing his shot turned behind by Hanneman. From the corner, his shot is well blocked by Melville. Sahar had a good chance before the pen, and Dyer's gone close too. Great game. Hello, everybody in the chat. I think it's time I joined in with you guys. Lots of reaction, obviously, to the astonishing Chettle penalty. It's one of the moments of the season, that, I think. Michael Den4 saying, like the video. Right, there's less than 30 likes at this stage. We're going to go mad. All right, I'll let you off. It's just over 30. I'm going to look again in 60 seconds, and that needs to be double. Much love, guys. You'll also notice, in addition to the graphics tonight, for 1 week early, my friend, this wasn't even my idea, FPL captain, said, he said, why don't you stick the link up for your Patreon in the empty space? I was like, yeah, man, do that. That's good. So, yeah, Patreon podcasts coming thick and fast. We've released 2 in the last 2 days. There won't be another Patreon podcast tomorrow. We'll have it for the Sky players. We'll have a Sky podcast first thing in the morning. I will certainly have it out before midday. Other than that, we're going to give you clear headspace tomorrow to make your final decisions and that. Cole says, who did Suj captain? I'm presuming Viduka, Cole. Be very, very surprised if he didn't go Viduka. Andy Ken's guessing a draw. Simon Downing says, me. Yes, Simon Downing says, come on, Dyer. I'm on that as well. Luke Port is higher, mate. Cracking start already, isn't it just? I'm already fucking sweating. I might have to put this cap on. I normally wear the cap because I've got a bit of a sweaty head, don't I? But I think you can put up with it tonight, actually. Avitrao is predicting a 70-70. Ian Davis. Can't see the teams on a phone, but would always back James for anything football FPL related. Ian, that's why you're top of that mini league at the moment, my friend. Suj says, I captained Andy Cole, folks. Ooh. So no benefit in having Viduka tonight, really, my friend. If I'd have gone that route, I'd have been very tempted not to go Viduka at all. Which would be mad, but yeah, Andy Cole captain. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. Viduka's going to outscore him though, mate. Tonight is the night for Dwight York. I feel it in my bones. FPL call. Has Suj brought Sane into his FPL team yet? Suj, you're in the chat. And for those playing the drinking game tonight, please drink responsibly. But yeah, as you'll see, Suj is in the chat. Suj, is Leroy Sane still in your FPL team? For those who have not listened to yesterday's main podcast, my pin tweet, back from the basement, I mean, mate, if you don't get that FPL reference there, then you've never listened to us before. Update from Ellen Road. Leeds absolutely on top here. Viduka goes very close. Maybe puts a nice ball in and the big Australian gets away a wonderful half volley, which David James does very well to keep out. You got a really strong hand to that one. FBL Hitman. Afternoon. What did I miss? Fucking hell. It might take me till full time to explain it to you, mate. But yeah, the key thing I can explain to you, really, Hitman, is you see the video graphic at the bottom with the scorers and stuff and Van der Sar's red card and that. You see where it says Chettle. FPL captain, I think we need to add a PEN next to Chettle on the old video printer. You can see it on the video printer at the moment. S Chettle pen 9 brackets C Court for the assist. Jessica Pye said, right, I think I said it earlier, but can we not mention the Barca score during the second half? Okay, guys, let's not do overseas football. What I will say is, for example, on Saturday, I'll be very, very honest with you now. While I'm doing this stream on Saturday, I will have my mobile phone sitting on my laptop, and on my mobile phone, I will be watching Brighton and Arsenal on mute. So I reckon you should all do the same. I'll do Champman FPL as usual. I'll do updates of Brighton Arsenal as well. What's the point in me avoiding the score for you when as soon as you finish watching this stream, you're going to want to watch West Ham and Wolves anyway? So, 11 games on Saturday at 2:30. 10 Champman FPL games and Brighton versus Arsenal as well. Maybe even our friend FPL Captain. Nah, actually, don't put it in the graphics. Fuck it. It's a Champman exclusive. But yeah, I'll do some comments on Brighton and Arsenal from what I see at the same time as well. Let's not pretend that everybody playing this game's not playing FPL as well. We know that, right? So yeah, Saturday afternoon, stick me on and do what I'm going to do. Stick Brighton and Arsenal on mute, and we'll all do all of it together. And don't do the spoilers on Brighton and Arsenal in the chat either. Leave it to me. If you're an Arsenal fan, then fair enough, piss off and watch your team. You're not wanted here anyway. I don't mean it. You're welcome, really. I've just lost half of Planet FPL's listeners there, haven't I? For some reason, Gooners love us. I don't get it. Ian Davis still has nightmares about previous Sane triple captain. Yep, so does Suj in the basement. Will Cantrell, who on earth would put Van der Sar in goal? Oh, yeah, me bollocks. FPL captain saying, whoops, sorted. He's added pen, yeah. Do you normally do that or not? You don't need to respond, Chris, but I felt like normally you do. Andy Martin saying exactly, no problem with that. Yeah, it's the best way to go for Saturday, isn't it? We don't have to pretend we're not all playing FPL as well. We are. Great save at Old Trafford. Fantastic play by Silvestre, who goes on a marauding run out from the back. He finds himself just outside the box, beats Karic and gets a right-footed shot away, which Sereni does really well to push away. Would have been a classic. FPL Hitman says, who is Chettle? That is a long story, mate. Yeah, Arachara says, we'll watch the game on TV and watch the stream on mobile as usual. Yeah, let's all come back together. Let's do that. Obviously, next week, the stream will be back to a Wednesday. It will be an hour later. I'll come back to that. Yellow card at Anfield. Very little action in the early stages since that Fowler goal. Sami Hyypiä has just gone in the book for a heavy tackle, but both sides seem to be sizing each other up now after a frantic start. Hyypiä assist and yellow card so far today. I'll take that. Yes, next Wednesday to be an hour later, so kickoffs will be 9 p.m. rather than 8 p.m. Stream will start at 8:30 p.m. That's to kind of not have the crossover between 6 p.m. and 8:15 games, and you trying to log on here as well. The idea with that a little bit is, I think there's 3 games at 6 o'clock next Wednesday. Might even be 4. Watch whatever you want at 6 o'clock games. Liverpool and Palace starts at 8:15. Watch the start. By 8:30, Liverpool will be fucking winning anyway. And same thing. I'm going to stick Liverpool on silent, on my phone, on my laptop, and we'll do the 10 games on the Wednesday night, and I'll give you updates Liverpool Palace as well. And do the same. Stick Liverpool Palace on mute. I realise a lot of you might feel a bit different that night because you've got your FPL captain as well. So will I. So will I. Most of us will probably have Mane or Salah captain in game week 31. That's kind of the way it's going to work anyway. And in game week 32, we're back to normal 2:30 on the Saturday again. And there's no 3 o'clock kickoffs. And then beyond that, I think we're going to go 8:30 again on the Wednesday night. Similar operation. And then beyond that, we don't quite know yet because we don't know the fixtures beyond 32. But that's the plan. That's the plan. We all want to watch the football as well. So we're going to work it as best we can to keep this game rocking and enjoy our FPL as we come back as well. Suj Shah says, imagine if Hyypiä gets a second yellow card. Suj, we've had 1 red card already this evening in Edwin van der Sar. And as all of you know, we never get more than 1 red card in a game week. I'm expecting that now, fam. I'm expecting that. And you know what? I don't even care that much because I still have him for double game week 23. And then I've really got a good fucking excuse to bomb him the fuck out, haven't I? So, yeah, listen. Suj, it's not about first group game, mate. It's about winning the whole competition. I saw one comment on our Slack channel earlier that said, I think Suj might win the battle, but James will win the war. That's exactly it, mate. If you want the bragging rights, let's put it a different way, Suj, right? You've used your free hit. If you don't beat me, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing on you, mate. Really embarrassing. I wouldn't want to have to record a podcast with me at 8:30 tomorrow morning. But you will. You might be thinking, I'm getting an early night with that in mind. Nah. This night's not going to finish at 10 o'clock this evening, by the way. Head over and watch Luke on Championship Manager on the YouTube channel, reviewing all the... Sorry, Luke. Goal. Craven Cottage. Alan Shearer is the goal scorer. Another assist for Olivier Bernard. 3 the other week against Ipswich Town. He's got another one this evening playing OOP, this time left midfield. Shearer with the goal. Bernard with the assist. Newcastle lead Fulham by 2-0. And that's everybody's vice-captain. Just scored, I think. So, yeah. When I'm finished, head on over to Championship Manager YouTube stream. Luke will take you through the stats and the numbers from the games tonight. Updated injury news. I've told he might have a special guest joining him at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to go and have a chat with Luke. That's the plan. So I'm going to do the stream with Luke tonight. Which is weird because normally you want to hear me speak. But actually on this occasion, I think it will be shut the fuck up, James. Let Luke speak. Don't worry, I'll just add my little bits where I think it's important. We'll have a bit of banter tonight. So yeah, I'm going to join Luke this evening as well. And we'll preview game week 23 and double game week and what's not. On the Shearer goal, Newcastle are dominating and Shearer doubles their lead. Speed plays a long ball forward, which Bernard nods on to Shearer. The powerful striker takes a great touch and holds off Melville before sending in a low-driven finish. Fulham 0, Newcastle 2. Lots happy with Shearer. What was the ownership on Shearer again? Ownership, Shearer. So 4.5% captain. Shearer ownership, 42%. Oh, it's low. Low. Seems so obvious. Van Nistelrooy to Shearer. For those who already had Mark Viduka. Mark Viduka. Leeds 2, West Ham United 0. Fire that chat. Boom, 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 boom. Mark Viduka is the goal scorer. Alan Mabry with the assist. Leeds 2, West Ham 0. Suj, feeling a bit bum squeaky now, pal. Did I just see my good friend FPL Pringle in the chat here? I thought I did. Did I imagine it? I think I imagined it, you know. Hi, Johnny Pringle. Evening, James. I've heard a snippet of team news. Oh, yeah. Johnny, DM me now. DM me on Twitter now with what you know, mate. If you don't know who Johnny Pringle is, Johnny is our Manchester City correspondent. He could be on a wind-up, but he might have something for me. On the Viduka goal, West Ham are all over the shoppy and Leeds look like they could rack up a cricket score. Alan Mabry sends in a curling cross from deep and Viduka has the freedom of Ellen Road to line up a volley that easily beats an out of position David James. Where's Suj? Is he in the chat? Rob Pick, evening James. Already had more goals than I get in a midweek stream and there's only 4 matches. This might be too much. James Linden tonight. What's the Barnsley score? Fuck Barnsley. Jesus Christ. Warwick Clue saying Sane starts up front. Ian Davis put the team news in the chat. I've just seen the DM from Suj, which she obviously sent a little while ago, which sounds really unimportant now. Captain down Nicole, mate. Good luck with that, mate. Johnny Pringle, my DMs are open, mate. Hit me up if you've got something. I'll tell you what, if Johnny knows something, I would trust him massively. Jesus Christ, that's massive. Johnny, you're putting yourself on the line there, mate. FPL Pringle, our Manchester City correspondent, you sent me a DM and it simply has 2 words. Aguero starts. I trust him. I trust him. Now, it doesn't mean Aguero will start against Burnley, right? My suspicion was always Aguero would probably play 1 and a bit and Jesus would play 1 and a bit. Oh dear, that's scary though, because I actually prefer the fact of him playing against Arsenal than Burnley. He's not in my FPL team at the moment. Does that require a rethink? I trust him. I really trust him. He could be wrong. It could be that his ITK is wrong. But yeah, Johnny won't be doing that as a wind up. He'll be doing that because that's what he's heard, and that's why he's sharing it. So thank you very much, Mr. Pringle. You're a star, mate. And if you want to hear more of Johnny's thoughts, obviously last Thursday he was on our Clash of the Correspondents with Adam Pritchard at 350, our Arsenal correspondent. We detailed the City Arsenal game in quite a bit more detail and the double game week and strategy as a whole. It was last Thursday. Really good podcast, that one. Yellow card to tell you about Old Trafford. Still very little to report here. Ipswich have their stall out to frustrate and they're doing it very well. David Beckham goes into the referee's book for tripping Matt Holland, which also means for David Beckham, as it would stand, that if he should go off in the next half hour, he would actually be a 0-pointer. Ian McAllister's also got breaking team news and Manchester City says Ederson will play. Don't shoot the guy if he's wrong. That's all the DM said. Aguero starts. Actually, I'll tell a lie. It says Aguero starts for Arsenal. Sorry, just to clarify. It does say Aguero starts for Arsenal. On my tweet deck, I can only see Aguero starts. If I open the page up more, I can see that. Gary Robinson saying Pringle's COTC last week was superb, as was Gary yours this morning with Ricky Saunders. When I listened back, I was laughing quite a bit actually. It became quite Spurs dominated. I'm sorry, Gary, but we obviously linked to your Man United article afterwards. Listen, when you get two Spurs people in a room together, mate, and the way we fucking whinge about Mourinho and stuff, that was always going to happen. Plus, we know all the good Man United assets are. They were in your article. It's beneath the tweet for the podcast. Save at Anfield. Liverpool beginning to dominate a little here. Robbie Fowler saw his free kick booked. And now Heskey goes close from Murphy's cross. I think booked should be blocked. So to clarify, Robbie Fowler saw his free kick. I'm going to guess blocked. Now Heskey goes close from Murphy's cross. But he sees his header well kept out by David Seaman. Ray Parlour has been booked for Arsenal. Johnny, I don't know why you haven't shared that on Twitter. I love that you've shared it with us, but I don't know why you haven't shared it on Twitter, mate. Be big, mate. Go bold on it. If you think it's true, tweet it, mate. I'm not going to tweet it out. I'll leave it up to you. But if people want to tweet out and say, yeah, Man City breaking team news on James's stream, watch all the fucking hate I'll get. If he don't stop, it will suddenly become my fault. Anyway, them likes have doubled. Cheers, guys. Now double them again. We got FPL exclusives as well as Champ Man exclusives. Yeah. If you're having a good time, slancher, hit the like button, as Suj would say. I feel like I can't see him in the chat now. Where's Andy Cole at? Jessica Pye, free kick so bad it receives a yellow card. Rob Pick says, don't get those kind of typos when Rob is on the tweets. I mean, you just spilled absolute shite. Gary Robinson says, think I was more positive about Spurs than you and Ricky were on the podcast. Do you know what, Gary? I felt better about Spurs once I got off. We didn't even mention like Jedson Fernandez either. When everyone's fit, we've got so many attacking options, actually. Yeah, I feel a bit better about it. I can't see us fucking keeping clean sheets and that, especially against you, though. So, yeah, but I'm really looking forward to Friday night now. That's what I'm looking forward to most. I can't wait to watch Spurs. I know they're going to disappoint me, but I can't wait to see them. Bradley Parker, Bowley v Mings is no competition. For FPL, go Tyrone Mings this week, Bradley. Actually, I'd go for Target, but that's just a personal opinion. Hey, look, Rob Pick, James will say Miggs, Brad. Leeds United have a penalty at Ellen Road. Viduka sends the ball into the box where Repka is tussling with Keane. It looks fair, but the linesman is flagging after consulting. Jeff Winter awards the penalty. Furious West Ham players surround him, but it matters not. Ian Hart steps up. Oh my days, this could be the week where Ian Hart goes fucking mental. How could you have thought of doing a free hit and going without him? Seriously, don't you know how bad your team are? So potential Robbie Keane assist and a potential second goal here for Ian Hart. Big champ man FPL moment here. Scored. Ian Hart has his second of the night. Assist for Robbie Keane. Leeds 3, West Ham United 0. My goodness. Ian Hart. Wow. In your head, you're trying to work out already how many fucking points that is, isn't it? Well, let's not do the clean sheet. But let's say right now he's on 12 points for goals and 1 point for an appearance. Plenty more with clean sheet bonus possibly still to come. And actually, let's not forget, about an hour to go. Anyone in the chat not got Ian Hart? Such is in the chat. No, Such has got him. Quite nice, that bandit. Nice stuff. Courtesy of my beer nuts friends. Annie N says, good afternoon, James. From Cali, missing the way you say Seller when he scores or assists. Can you do that again? Salakovic. Is it the way I pronounce that? Maybe. I don't know. Chris Hermitage. Key was obviously him playing right back then. Of course. I've already forgotten about that. He's playing right back, isn't he? I mean, he would never play right back again. Madness. Suj says, guys, what time does the Manchester United game kick off tonight? Listen, mate, they've rested their whole fucking team, and Ipswich, they don't really fuck around defensively, mate. Honestly, was it 1-0 they lost to Arsenal? Was it right at the start? Excuse me. Talan Nadim saying Ian Hart had 16 captainers. Stephen Hammond is getting 20 plus tonight, potentially. Saying about Ian Hart, obviously. Oh, and yes, look, of course, there's every possibility that's happening. James Trustwell says Hart bought in from -8 at 6:10 p.m. You didn't add it, but I'll add it for you there, James. That is justified. What do we have next? We have a Ranger. Don't know what this one tastes like. Pale ale. This one's a bit stronger, but it's still a baby drink as well. I thought I'd go quite easy on the beers tonight, on the odd percentages, if I'm going to be... I'm still going to be talking with Luke in 3 hours. Aritrava saying Hart 21 pointer doing Lundstrom 17 years ago. The official account adds emphatic penalty by Hart, who smashes it into the top corner. Leeds running riot. West Ham looks shell-shocked. Ian Hart is on a hat-trick. I think he might get it. Andrew Martin, Nile Ranger. See, I did think that, but I was a little bit concerned if I said that I might get accusations of being racist or something. Hello, little man. Come here, mind the biz. Go back to mum. While you're there, put some clothes on. I ain't putting you on the screen naked. Brian Hill, taste of the Nile question. FPL Dougal, everyone owns Hart, Viduka captain and Shearer. It's probably about 2 effective points. Yeah. So? Everyone just feels happy, don't they? FPL Renarid 9, has the Rogue beer package arrived? Yeah, those were part of it. Yeah, got there eventually. Carl JB says West Ham are so shit. Lol. Andy Ken says that beer is made in Queen's Park. Another near miss at Ellen Road. Small signs of life from West Ham here. Repka sees his shot from a Di Canio free kick well parried by Martin before Defoe is crowded out in the box when well placed. The Hammers showing at least a little fight. Arbitrava says, Henri red card confirmed. FPL Cobbler, look out Henri. Another one. I ain't bothered if he gets sent off tonight. Fuck him. I still have him for game week 23. I'd say, by the way, I'm almost definitely going Henri captain 23, I think, rather than Shearer. My plan, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go Dabby's ass to Ashley Cole. I have the money. I have 2.5 in the bank. And I think I'm going to go Crossley to Shay Given. That's what I think I'm going to do. What price is Mr. Shay Given? I realise there's a massive risk in that. But no more of a risk. I can't go to Dudek if I want to bench boost goalkeepers. Given's 5 million. It's not so bad. Yeah, I have the exact money to do that. Dabby's ass to Ashley Cole. Crossley to Shay Given. That'll max out my money. I have 2.5 in the bank. And at that point, I'm bench boosting. And my bench boost would consist of Given, Rufus, Jensen, and Heriderson. That would be my bench boost. I can't foresee getting into a position that will be better than that. So I'm going to have, Charlton at home to Everton. Given with a double game. Heriderson away to Blackburn. It's not great, but then Heriderson can be in the bonus points at any time, right? I'm still going to have treble Leeds at home to Villa. I then have treble Newcastle, treble Arsenal, treble Liverpool. I can't see me getting, and obviously those 9 players would all have doubles. I can't see me getting in a better position than that. Can't. Not with the problem. I suspect we'll have game week 27. If FA Cup fourth round games go to replays, games will be off in 26. I suspect they'll go into 27, which is the same week where Leeds and Derby was being rearranged to. The FA Cup fourth round matches are played after game week 24, before game week 25. So there's a little bit of notice to understand what's going on. It's not going to come as a massive shock. There's a little bit of time to understand what's happening. And bearing in mind that you're going to have blanks 26 and then potential doubles 27. Unless you've got the free hit, it's not a good way to manoeuvre it. So you could say, right, if you know that 4 or 5 games are off in 27, which is unlikely, and they'll become, in 26, and they're all going to go in 27, you could say, right, wildcard 25, bench boost 27, but you're going to have no fucking team for 26. And that's why I've been stressing to people this week to think again about those who were using the free hit today. And there's plenty of people, Suj, was on 5 players. I think it's fine. Use the free hit, of course, no problem. Gary Shepherd, who's one of our patrons, another one. He would have been on 5 players who's used the free hit. Spot on. Don't have a problem with that. But for people who were thinking, I can only get to 8, I'm going to use the free hit. I'll be honest with you, I think it's a waste. I think it's a waste. Unless you were in a position where you had no leads and stuff like that. Because I think having the free hit, and it's quite unlikely, but if 4 games are off in 26 and they end up in 27, having that free hit and being able to wildcard 25, free hit 26, bench boost 27 would have been absolute gold. I wish that I still had that free hit because that's the way I would be playing things. The way it stands now is what I'm probably going to have to do is, if that turns into that sort of situation, is I'm going to have to aim for 26 depending on what happens following game week 24. And if it's bad and I've got a lack of doubles for 27, I'll wildcard 27 and then run from there. And then possibly, depending on what the doubles are, use the triple captain, or probably more likely I'm holding that for a good Van Nistelrooy day further down the line. That's my plan. Old Trafford, looks like a change is imminent for United. Nicky Butt, who has been booked, is due to be removed, with Luke Chadwick coming on to add a bit of attacking impetus for United. They need it. Could be blocking a few auto subs, possibly. Unlikely in obviously a blank game week, but some will still have Luke Chadwick knocking about from the weekend. I'm pretty sure. Blow for Arsenal at Anfield, who have really struggled in this first half. Robert Perez has picked up a knock and limps off. Dennis Bergkamp on in his place. You would assume Bergkamp will go into a midfield role. Probably means perhaps Ray Parlour going wide. England 23, our friend Aaron is suggesting that a few more people hit that like button. I think I've sold it enough now, haven't I? Cole Jimmy, where's Gary Smith? Has he got his days mixed up again? Listen, that's an absolute certainty. Absolute certainty. Do you know what? I might even rock up a stream tomorrow night and just wait for Gary Smith to join it. Rock it up as Man City versus Arsenal live and he'll join it. Where's Champ Man? Where's Champ Man? But Gary Shepherd does point out that Gary Smith is always late. I think this is a bit early for him to get out of bed, is my instinct, actually. John UK, Darren said, oh crap, I went Perez as a bit of differential choice. Niz Godfrey saying that's not a blow. Harsh. FPL Renarid 9 says Gary Smith is on the United bench as keeper sub. Rob Pick would really like to bring in Henry for 23, but really don't like the rotation fear versus Southampton. All the other teams have done it at some point. Yes, I agree, Rob. And there's Jeffers and Bergkamp sitting there, ready to come on and take his place. But I'm going to go for it, I think. I'm going to go for it. I think it needs to be done. Because if he does start, it's one game where he could go fucking mental. But it's not going well for Arsenal tonight. Robbie Fowler has a second. Talk about trolling. Oh my goodness. And with a double game week to come for Liverpool as well. Robbie Fowler has his second assist. This time goes to Emil Heskey. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. Fowler with the goal. Heskey with the assist. Gary Shepherd says, remember guys, he doesn't use Twitter. It's true, Gary. He's talking about Gary Smith. Except for that one time I told him to DM me on the chat and within about a minute he DM'd me. He's a superstar. Graham S says, has Henry even scored since the Fulham hat-trick? No, probably not. I think he's due, mate. Not tonight, though. I'm expecting absolutely nothing from Henry and Seaman this evening. If I'd have been free, I said this to Suj earlier on our Patreon pod. I said if I was free hitting, I wouldn't have gone anywhere near Arsenal. I'd have looked elsewhere. I would have gone treble Liverpool. I might have even looked at Liverpool double defensive, actually, just based on some of the analysis that Luke had done on that. On Fowler's second goal, which doubles Liverpool's lead right on the verge of half-time. Vladimir Smica beats Lauren before sending in across. Heskey out-jumps Seaman to knockdown for Fowler, who is left with the simplest of finishes. Excuse me. Gary Shepherd's happy with the Fowler. That's not the original one, it's the other one. By the way, I have to do an apology. Because there's so fucking many of you for some reason. At least we know what the average age of the watcher is. Mid-40s and above. To all the Garys I offended the other day. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I love all of you. Bradley Park, I've got no Arsenal players at all. Not regretted it so far. Half-time. And that's the half-time whistle. Plenty of action in the first half there, and I suspect there might be some rather happy Ian Hart owners out there. So, Newcastle lead 2-0 at Fulham. Goals from Steve Chettle, laughably, taking the penalty. And also from Alan Shearer. Assist from Cole Court, Olivia Bernard. Leeds lead West Ham 3-0. 2 for Hart, 1 for Viduka. Assist for Singh, Mabry and Keane. Robbie Fowler has a pair for Liverpool. Lead Arsenal 2-0. Assist for Sami Hyypiä and Emil Heskey. And it remains goalless at Old Trafford between a much-changed Manchester United and Ipswich Town. It's felt like a mental half for 4 games, I've got to say, but only 3 teams have scored. Interesting. I wonder, I'll tell you what, I get into the chat just before I do. Really, and this is probably quite an unlikely one. How many people out there got Horizon on the bench tonight and not coming on? I'd be really interested to know. Quick reminder from the official account, FF Scout _Luke will be streamed tonight after the games. Only 4 games this game week, but plenty to look forward to before game week 23. I mean, what is all that about? I do these streams. They won't even fucking plug my name. I mean, it's pretty disgraceful behaviour, actually. I got a feeling this is generally true. Dave's on the tweets tonight, simple goal. I don't think he even knows. I don't think anyone's told him. Oh dear. Brian Hill says the wrong 3 teams have scored. Nah. Not having that. Gary Rummer says Arsenal losing at Anfield. Need United to win title would be half won. First ever 4-time winners. You mean consecutively, pal? Listen, this league title's already won, Gary. Manchester United have won it, mate. Sorry to blow the suspense on that shit, but Manchester United are winning this league. 99.9%, mate. It's about as locked as Liverpool's real-world Premier League title. David Strom says, me. I presume it's in reference to Horizon being on the bench. Jessica Pye, I've got Tarico if it helps. Yeah, so I'm interested to know. Ipswich defensive assets on the bench. But Hadaway says, Horizon starts for me. Got Tarico on the bench, though. Ram, anyone benching Herman Horizon is mad. I wouldn't say mad. It's away to Manchester United, mate. You're not expecting anything, really, are you? FPL numbers played Horizon and Bramble. Imagine the Ipswich clean sheet comes tonight. Those sitting there on fucking treble Ipswich. Well, imagine that. People are free-hitted away from treble Ipswich defensive. No, I don't want that from Man United away. And they end up getting a clean sheet. I wouldn't be that surprised. Rob Pick. Wish I didn't hold Goma now. Yeah. Chris Duckworth. Starting both Horizon and Tarico. Tim Lum says, who's been disgraceful? I don't know. Who's been disgraceful? Ian Davis, how much better would Arsenal have been if they didn't sell Vieira at the start of the season? It gives a fuck, Ian, they did. Oh, disgraceful. I'm saying, Dave, simple goal, disgraceful, saying that Luke's doing a stream at 10 o'clock tonight and he ain't saying he's got a special guest coming on. Like me. You know, give me a bit of a fucking plug. Just a little bit. Oh, James is going to be on that stream as well. Brian Yule, Horizon and Sereni starting and York captain, mixed emotions. Fucking hell, you went for the slammy there, mate. Rory started Horizon and Bramble, not by choice. Enemy says, I don't like Henri pick for 23 based on Arsenal form. How much of a risk is it leaning towards Redbuff, Shearer, Viduka? It's the capability. The ideal front 3, in honesty, is Henri, Shearer, Redbuff. That's the ideal front 3. It doesn't include Viduka. It's the other 3 with the doubles. It's because of the potential of capability of what it could be. So the best front 3 at the weekend is Henri, Shearer, Redbuff. Are people now going to be in that position where 2 weeks ago it was like everyone has to have Van Nistelrooy and Viduka, and people, I'm not selling Viduka for Redbuff. The fuck that. I have no Spurs next week. Unless they're in a position tonight that Keller's 100%. And I would maybe go Keller over Given just because then I could go Keller and forget about it. Whereas I don't really want Seaman and Given at 5 million mids and stuff blocking up value in my squad. So if Keller's 100%, I might go Keller instead of Given. And obviously Given is a risk with Jimmy Walker and that. But if Newcastle can keep a clean sheet tonight, surely that's going to help. FPO Andy, I've got Horizon and Sereni by default. Expect United to score at some point. Yeah, I would expect United to score, mate. West Ham United, that is. Simon Dowling, who captained the Heart? 16 of them did. 16 of them did. FPL badge, hello Mark. Who scores most goals in the rest of the season? David McGoldrick, Premier League, or Dwight York, Championship manager? I think Dwight York's scoring tonight. I said that. That's my opinion. I don't think McGoldrick will ever fucking score. Till about 6:15 tomorrow, apparently. Brian Yule, it will still be York, says the Badger. Oh look, here we go. Andy Martin's been on the old blur. Dave. He's going fucking mental on the stream, mate. You better tweet something out. And for one night only, FF Scout _Luke is joined by the ever engaging, knowledgeable and handsome Planet FPL pod. Tune into our YouTube channel at 10 PM. I might not fucking turn up now. Retweet. Love you, boys. It's bad, isn't it, when you're fucking begging for shit, but I just noticed there was some extra stats from FPL Captain that I didn't cover earlier. I think there was. Oh yeah, it's some interesting extra info for tonight, and then we can really get in the chat. 441 teams have taken hits this evening for a total of a minus 2,696 points, with minus 20 by one manager being the highest. 67 wildcards have been played, 234 free hits, 7 triple captain chips, 4 of them on Viduka, 1 on Andy Cole, 2 on Van Nistelrooy. The fuck? Though vice captain is Omri and Viduka respectively, and 1 bench boost. Jesus, who played a bench boost in this week? Brian says, he talking about Manchild for Planet FPL Pod. Don't know who that is. Sujan Shah, ever engaging and handsome. Blah. Listen, mate. Listen. Love to see you sit and do this for 2.5 hours, you princess. Where's my fucking pay rise, bitch? Andrew Martin, you're welcome. Cheers, Andy. I mean, it needed saying, didn't it? I mean, I know even on Sunday I was digging in the stream and I was like, is Luke going to say anything? Because I'd messaged Luke before he went on with you. Because me and Luke were speaking about it as an idea after we did the one last Sunday, not the one gone, the one before. We thought it was good crack. And Luke said, fancy coming on with me sometime, just an idea. And to be honest, I said to Luke, I said, do you know what, if we're going to do it, let's do it now before the Premier League restarts, because content-wise, I'm going to be absolutely smashed. So I was like, do you know what, let's do it now, and then, you know, maybe we can do it again in a few weeks or whatever, if you want to. She was like, cool. So then I messaged Luke before he went. He said, I'll have to check with the boys. So I messaged Luke before he went on with you on Sunday. And he went, yeah, sorted. Don't worry about it. I was like, okay, cool. Because I don't want to put my foot in it, right? So then I'm there. It's like 5 minutes to go of the stream Sunday night. And I'm like, these dickheads have not even fucking mentioned it yet. And Andy read out a message, which I'd put in the chat saying, what's happening Tuesday? And Andy was like, well, I don't know, 4 games. And Luke was like, I know what he's talking about. He's coming on the stream. And Andy batted it, and I don't think Andy knew either. Andy, me and Luke have just taken over your channel, mate. Class. FPL Captain says, hands up, who's bench boosting? Suj, double check your team, fam. Barry Thomas Triggs says, completely regret my free hit. Now, don't regret it, Barry. Remember why you did it in the first place. And there's 45 minutes to go. Harbour Boy has Horizon on bench, not coming on. Yeah, I mean, it could be, I guess as well, those who felt they were struggling and free hitted, many maybe have just gone without Ipswich. That would have seemed fairly sensible to play that way. So let's have a look in terms of, did he have a big loss in owners or anything, Horizon? Just having a double check them numbers that I mentioned earlier. If he presses the right fucking button. Transfers out. No, not really. No, I mean whatever he lost in owners was less than 30 net. So interesting. Here you go. Andy Martin says, I had no clue Sunday night. I knew it. Absolutely knew that you didn't have a Scooby. Andy, do let me know. What's the swearing policy? Have I got to come smartened up? Do I need to put like a suit jacket on or something? I don't need to dress smart, do I? You'll only be able to see Luke's face from like up to his nose upwards. He seems to disappear as the stream's going. It's like slowly, Luke's just disappearing in the chair. I love it. Or Clue says, with the bonus, I'd say 3 hitters were still on Ipswich defence. Yeah, I think so. Plus, you probably would have left them on the bench. There's no reason not to have them at that value sitting on the bench if you were free hitting and stuff. because as Luke and Andy mentioned on Sunday night, you could get to any free hit team that you wanted, realistically. Will Cantrell says, whoever triple captain Rue Van Nistelrooy probably got more points than me picking Van der Sar in goal this week. Well, yeah. One's got Henri Weiss and one's got Viduka Weiss, I think. Harry Travel said, I've Fleck plans changing. What's going on? What's the breaking news? Cole says, shirt tie blaze and do what you want downstairs, James. Cole, I'm not sure if I want to do that Patreon Zoom call with you on Friday morning now, mate. A little bit concerned. What are you expecting from me, mate? Sean Murphy, Serrani and Bramble on my bench, but they will cover on my free hit if there was any more rotation. Started Herman Hariderson, though. Yeah, that's the right way to go, isn't it? Andy Ken says, can I just say how magnanimous Rob Pick has been so far in my Panda #FCM Troppy game. Is it a Troppy game? Troppy game. If you're going to do a hashtag, Andy, spell it right, mate. Unless it is the, excuse me, the FCM Troppy. Is that what you're playing for? The FCM Troppy. And Andy Cairns is the FCM Troppy Champion 2020. You'd have that on like your gravestone, mate. Walter McCluse, am I one of the few not going with Grealish this game week? Yeah. I think you are, mate. I think you are. Will Cantrell, I've plumped for Shearer, Henry and Viduka up front, so that'll make up for it. Unless one of them decides to get sent off too. James, laughing emoji. I was more interested just catching up in the chat. Do we have some breaking news potentially on John Fleck's involvement for Sheffield United? Rob Pick saying, James, just some unconfirmed, reliable rumours of O'Connell and Fleck not playing. I'm chasing Tomo in Slack, ha ha. As long as you ain't chasing that dickhead who was on Twitter earlier about calling all Sheffield fans. I mean, they go mental about that, don't they? Listen, no Sheffield United fans ever called them Sheffield without the United. So straight away, this guy's on one. What is he trying? So, yeah, potential concerns then for O'Connell and Fleck. I think we picked O'Connell, Suj, in the differential team, so we just revert to Basham, I think. We just go safe. There's no point taking the risk there, mate. We're going to wildcard straight out of that as well in our differential team. So, FPL Andy, fuck's sake Spurs. Sorry, just practicing for Friday. Andy, to be honest, this is the best Spurs have done in Champman FPL since about game week 16, mate. Second half is underway. Where do we think the action is going? Second half. All right, predictions. I'm going for Newcastle to finish 2-1. Leeds to finish 4-0. I think Liverpool and Arsenal might stay like that, 2-0. And I think United will probably win 2-0. That's my bet. James Street saying rumours are O'Connell is out for the season. Wow. Neil Murray saying I think that guy does often nail it. It's a big blow for Sheffield United generally if he's out for the season. I mean, that back three's... I'd be interested to see what Tomo thinks if he's in the chat. Does that mean Jagielka goes in? Jagielka obviously played in... They have Manchester United in game week 23, played the reverse fiction. I thought Jagielka did well, but Sheffield United had the only bad 10 minutes of their season, basically, where Rashford tore him a new one for 10 minutes, basically. Near Shakhtar thinks Arsenal will score. FPL numbers. Any player fitness or team news thread out there? They're everywhere, mate. I wish someone had done a podcast or two covering every fucking eventuality. FPL only very true, mate. We've collapsed last few weeks. Haven't we, mate? Haven't we? It was like proper old school Spurs, just when you could smell Europe, you knew we would fuck it up, mate. Bill Cantrell was predicting an Henry goal, a Bowmore a goal, and a Chadwick goal. Andy G, the Golf Pro. Gerard Brace, Ashley Cole goal, no more Hart goals. James Trustwell. Wilder has said today that everyone is fit today. Fit to play, sorry. Rob Pick says, Tomo thinks it's bullshit, I think. Okay, crack on. You are just be careful, guys. One bit of advice I can give you is if you don't know the source or you don't have reliable information from people you would trust to say this source is accurate, do not believe anything you see on Twitter in the next 19 hours or so, because there are 100% going to be some wind-up dickheads tomorrow. Absolutely, definitely. So if you don't know the source or trust someone you know who's sharing that source with you, I wouldn't go trusting any piece of news. I would just ignore it. Mark Dorney thinks Arsenal will score a couple. Rob Pick, the ITK is suggesting Jack Robinson, 4 million. What, play for Sheffield United, Rob? Wasn't that Robinson guy 5 million, wasn't he? Didn't he go out on loan to Preston or something? Am I getting confused with someone? Look at me, I can remember fucking 25 years ago like it was yesterday. Don't ask me who plays for Sheffield United reserves now, I'd have no clue. Gary Shepherd's predicting 3-0 United, Cole hat-trick, Beck's 3 assists, great save at Old Trafford. It looks like the Man United team may have received a hairdryer treatment at half-time, as United look more up for it in these first few minutes. Dwight York goes close early on, but Sereni does really well to turn it away. Will he ever score? Dwight York is scoring tonight. Apparently, some Robinson 4.0 is the guy to start instead of O'Connell. Oh, 3 hitters, you can stick him in your team if you want. Stick him on the bench. Cover it. Then you're only going to Sheffield United. I'll be ignoring that sort of information, mate. I mean, I don't have O'Connor in my main team anyway, so. Yeah, Brian, you're saying Robinson, I think, is on loan at West Brom. Sorry, yes, they bought him from Preston, didn't they? Rob Pick saying he's with Callum Robinson. Yeah, I know I'm going mad. Jack is different. It's Jack, his brother. Jack's a 4.0 defender. Rob Pick, not one I'll be buying, by the way. Nah. I'm interested. In fact, nah. I was going to say I'm interested to know what people are doing with Lundstrom, but I actually don't care. I'm sick of fucking hearing about it. We managed to do our main podcast on Monday and we didn't mention Lundstrom's name once. It wasn't intentional. FPL Renard 9. Jack Robinson was at Liverpool, wasn't he? Oh, it's getting confusing now. I thought Robinson was a fullback, but not sure, says Andy. Luke Porteous, Rob Pick was at the Jack Robinson who played for Liverpool. It's more shit going on here. I mean, fullbacks can play, it's a back three, isn't it? So he can play as a wide centre-half. O'Connell normally plays as the left-sided centre-half. So he's left-sided as well. That would make sense in terms of the overlapping that they do. Graham S. Samatta hat-trick incoming. Chris Hermitage. Jack Robinson can play left-back, centre-back or left wing-back utility man. And he'll start tomorrow in midfield. Fulham have a penalty at Craven Cottage. Fulham offered a lifeline back into the game. Stolters puts a nice cross into the box towards Malbronk. And Chettle needlessly steams into a tackle. He went in so hard. Ridiculous. He's on a yellow and I think he's in trouble now. Oh my days. Shame that suspension don't come in urgently. Then I'd just fucking would kick Dabby's ass. Mark Dorney, well done United for letting Henderson play for the rest of the season. I wouldn't give that a round of applause, Mark. It's fucking straightforward. It's to United's advantage as well. Sheffield United have still got to play Chelsea, Tottenham, Wolves. It's absolutely in Manchester United's advantage to let Dean Henderson play for Sheffield United. It'd be ridiculous for them not to. Steve Chettle has been sent off. He was already on a yellow, but this is a straight red. Roger Fernandez levels things up, ruling that Chettle's cynical foul was worthy of an instant red card. Kevin Betsy steps up to take the kick. Of course, Betsy took one a few weeks back, didn't he? That's interesting now for Dabby's ass owners, I think. Obviously, Chettle is available for both of the double game with 23 games. But does it give him a shot at getting back in? I'm going to be discussing that with Luke tonight. Graham is saying roller coaster for all those Chettle owners. FPL Blade saying Lundstrom be my captain FPL. You go, Tomo. Love it, mate. Scala, Chettle off Sashira can take a pen. Lol. Hippock. Hey, listen, if Thomas says he's doing something, he's doing something. He's going to spend... That scored, by the way. Betsy goal, Mal Bronk assist. I think Suj has Mal Bronk, if I remember correctly. So, Mal Bronk assist for Suj. He really needs a fucking Andy Cole goal, though, let's be honest. Yeah, Tomo, don't spend the next 19 hours stressing about Lundstrom, mate. Like, if you're going to do it, don't fucking log back in, mate. Just do it. You said you're doing it. Do it. I know you're a ballsy player, and you wake up in the morning and you probably feel different about it. So, let's sleep on it. No one's going to force you into it, mate. He's cojones. Yes, ceiling is huge. We absolutely know that. I wish you luck, pal. Andrew Martin says, the Chettle kettle boiling over. Robert Shearer's now on penalties. So says, Betsy's my second sub, but I do have Mal Bronk. He better score. Kevin Betsy's penalty is perfect. Given stood no chance. With both teams levelled up to 10 aside, Fulham will have their tails up now. Newcastle look like they'll try and defend the lead. All you saying about Shearer's on penalties, I'd be a little bit more worried about Alan Shearer getting substituted, by the way. Because Shearer or Court's going to go off here, surely. FPL Irons, Barmore and Shearer owner. What the fuck aren't they on pens? Well, you should have known about Betsy, mate. You're a student of the game and that. Shearer's obviously very unlucky. I know you're doing it, Tomo. Good luck. Get yourself a good vice captain. It doesn't matter anyway because he's obviously going to get minutes. Paul Coleman, Betsy on my bench. Jessica Pye. Oh, God, I just got back to see Chettle got sent off. Get screwed. Have you got Chettle, Jessica? Gary Shepherd. Who voted the string down? Was that Gary Smith for getting wrong day? Could have been. Could have been. Excuse me. Because I didn't put in the old chat. Penalty at Old Trafford. Finally, some proper action in the second half here. Penalty at Old Trafford. So Ipswich normal penalty taker is Jamie Clapham. He's not on the pitch. Ryderson, imagine. Who would take it for United? Could it be Beckham? Could be any of them, couldn't it? Cole, York. Really could be any of them. I wonder who the Ipswich taker would be if it's for them. I don't think it's a given that it's a Manchester United penalty, by the way. And yeah, I think, look, 54 minutes, I'd be a little concerned. Alan Shearer, you don't be massively concerned. He's obviously got your return today. It's not going to be a one-pointer. And Cole Court owners, but you do want him to get over that hour mark, I think, don't you? Every point counts and all that shit. Particularly those who captained him, who were looking for it to be a differential against Viduka, would be a blow. Okay, Andy Cole looks to run onto an angled ball. Sereni has a rush of blood to the head and takes out Cole right on the corner of the box. It's a penalty. As Cole was running away from goal, no further action is taken against the Italian. Then it's Irwin to take, of course. My man Luke's got him, hasn't he? I'm certain he has. So Dennis Irwin penalty for Manchester United would be an Andy Cole assist for captain Suj. Big moment this. Obviously no action taken against Sereni. As the account says, he was heading away from goal. Gary Robinson said in the chat, Irwin surely, Scala said, Irwin for United, it makes complete sense. He was a fantastic penalty taker in his day. But you don't know what this computer game's going to do you? Big moment. Goal. Irwin goal, Cole assist. God, that was quite difficult. Irwin goal, Cole assist. United lead Ipswich by a goal to 0. Those with no Ipswich defence in their team just breathed a big sigh of relief, I think, even if they've got none of that attack in return. Stephen Hammond was looking for a save. Ian McCasley, yes, Cole assist. Potentially. You've got it, mate. Scalak, Irwin, come on, what's hero if he scores here? I used to score him for fun, mate. Gary Shepherd, who will be on pens with Chettle off? I'm going for Marcelino, mate. Approaching 57 minutes. And I'm absolutely waiting for this official tweet from Craven Cottage. Costadine T. Ashley Cole assist. Oh, wait. No, mate. Wrong A Cole, pal. This one's Andy Cole. The other one's Arsehole Cole. There's a substitution tweet, but it's at Anfield. Trouble for Arsenal, and this could be big news for the weekend. Injury replacement Bergkamp is now down himself and is going to come off for Jeffers. Liverpool freshen up their midfield too. Murphy and Gerrard replaced by Redknapp and Barmby. Murphy and Gerrard replaced by Redknapp and Barmby. 1 pointer for Gerrard for me. Ugh, painful. Could have been a 3-pointer. It's kind of wiped out that Sammy Hippier assist for me as Hippier had got booked as well. So 1 pointer for Gerrard and Murphy. Redknapp and Barmby on. I mean, the big news is there. Will Arsenal, would they go Jeffers and Carnu? I don't know. Is that enough to mean if Bergkamp's out for a while, is that enough to mean that Henry plays twice at the weekend? We just need to hear Jeffers get injured now and you lot will go fucking mental for him. And then they'll play like Graham Barrett or something. On the Irwin penalty, United lead. Irwin is cool as a cucumber, waiting for Sereni to commit himself before slotting the ball into the opposite corner. Ipswich haven't mustered a shot on target yet. They could struggle here now. Bradley Parker says Dennis Irwin was great for Wolves. My uncle loved him. Was very good for Manchester United. Incredibly underrated player. Very good. Listen to the ex-pros like Roy Keane, Paul Ince. Those were that era of the early 90s, early mid-90s United. They all rave about him. So he was so underrated. And he absolutely was. Still waiting for that tweet from Craven Cottage. I'm waiting for it. Joe Jenkins, Betsy, Hart and Irwin in my free hit team. Yeah, you got Betsy in your free hit team, mate. Retro, no, Stevie G. Listen, we've had some decent Steven Gerrard returns lately. We can't complain. Here we go. Right on cue. Couple of changes at Craven Cottage as Newcastle look to stave off Fulham pressure. Elliott and the disappointing Speed make way for Wayne Quinn and Sapunsis. I can't remember Sapunsis' first name and neither could they because they didn't bother putting it in. So it looks like Shearer and Court survive. Quinn and Sapunsis on. Elliott and Speed off. You'd think that's Quinn to left back. Sapunsis in midfield. Does it mean Court dropping deeper? Could they just go to a narrow 4-3-2? Guess with Dyer playing on the right, that's a possibility. Perhaps a 4-1-2-2. I'm just guessing it and speculating on the fact that obviously Shearer and Court stayed on. Substitutions at Ellen Road too. Couple of changes to report here before 60 minutes. West Ham have replaced Don Hutchison with Michael Carrick, while Leeds have brought on Jacob Burns for Harpal Singh. Joe Cole has been booked for the Hammers. Cheers, Mr. Lapran. I see you there. Much love, mate. Simon Darling, A. Cole and TAA are, in my opinion, best Premier League fullbacks. You can't just put A. Cole in this chat, mate. You need to say Ashley Cole. Otherwise, people might think Andy Cole was some great fullback back in the day. We've got some kids in this stream, you know. Ashley Cole was a brilliant player. He was a fucking arsehole. But he was a magnificent left back. So good. There was certainly a period where you think of that England golden generation, talk about like the 04 and 06 teams. Nobody was better at left back than Ashley Cole in that period. There were plenty of other players better than all the rest of that England squad, and if you named the World 11. But Ashley Cole, I think, would have been in it. He genuinely was world class. Andrew Martin saying, gutted Sing owners. Troll Andrew Martin is in tonight. Or Recluse, these beers kicking now, James. Question, you have a second shift after this, you know. That's why I've been saying it quite easy tonight. I mean, the first beer I had was 3.8. This is 4.2. I've got the next one up, if I get onto it before we start, is 4.6. And I'm going to go and grab another 5% just in case I get thirsty. The plan is, Luke's going to buzz me on, I don't even know on what. As I finish, I'm going to let me in to there. and then I'm going to run and do a wee, and then I'm going to come back. Woodwork has been hit at Anfield. Arsenal have been poor, but they're very close to being back in it. Albertini plays it into the box for the advancing Ashley Cole. He has space and attempts a volley magnificently. He's unfortunate to see it hammer back off the bar. Whew. Sigh of relief as I did debate -4 for Ashley Cole tonight. But I came to the conclusion all my boys were going to start, actually, and they did. Gary Shepherd, 10 press-ups, mate. It ain't over until the fat substitute sings. That's so bad. Rob Pick, Alan Smith needs to stay sat where he is and have Dwight York fluke me back to 12-10. Oh, yeah, I went Alan Smith in the fucking head-to-head. I was thinking Robbie Keane wouldn't play. I thought that was a very sneaky punt there. And yeah, Rob's going to win with Dwight York by default. Get Alan Smith on. Goal at Ellen Road. Alan Smith's not coming on anytime soon. It might hurt, but Robbie Keane has scored. An assist goes to Leeds United's left back, Dominic Matteo. Leeds 4, West Ham 0. Robbie Keane with the goal. Dominic Matteo with the assist. Pelos Pen says, you bringing Kun in now, James. Got to trust Johnny's tip. I will have a think about it. To be honest, the decision on not going Aguero is not through fear of him not playing, actually. I mean, if you'd have said chance of Aguero playing tomorrow, I actually would have said 80%. And then I would have said the Burnley game is very, very risky. So it doesn't change a great deal in my mind. It certainly helps knowing that he'll start when I've got another risky player there in Mahrez, for example. It just allows, going without just allows me so much better balance. I can't understate that enough, even to the point of goal for Ipswich at Old Trafford. It's huge. Maurizio Tirico has scored. Assist goes to Matt Holland. Tirico goal. Matt Holland assist. Manchester United 1. Ipswich 1. Massive goal at Old Trafford. Tirico goal. Matt Holland assist. Who in the chat started Tirico? Thumbs up if you did, and thumbs down if he's on your bench. What was I saying? I can't fucking remember what I was saying. Not a clue. Oh, Aguero. Yeah, the balance of not having Aguero gives me a much better team. And it also allows me very, very safe passage back to Sadio Mane, if that's what I want to do in game week 31, without having to smash things badly. I can do it for a very comfortable and safe -4, where having Aguero and then reworking money in my midfield to cheaper is going to make it more difficult, much more difficult for me. So I think I'm still going to go without. But my advice generally, if you've got Aguero, captain him would be my advice. I'm thinking a little bit beyond just this game week, so that's important for me. And KDB, of course, is capable of outscoring Aguero, as is Mahrez actually as well. That's the way I'm going. Robbie Keane adds a goal to his early assist. Dominic Matteo hits a ball into the box. Once again, there are acres of space in the box, and Keane lines up a glorious volley, which he sends perfectly past David James. How many more will Leeds get? A question. That makes me think none. Let's have a look. Thumbs up, thumbs down. There weren't many. Few thumbs up. Mark Dorney got Tirico first sub. Mac Morrison, thumbs up. Francisco Lamarck, welcome to the chat. Thumbs up. Chris Duckworth, thumbs up. Jonathan Nagy gives it the Holland. Gary Shepherd, Matt Holland worth getting in question. Billy Hadaway, for fuck's sake, Tariq on the bench, started Horizon instead. You're always going to have that trouble when you've got more than one of them, really. Graham S. Me. He's happy. Water Recluse was happy with Tirico. James Alapran, Tirico! Ipswich scored with their first effort on target. Holland is fouled by Scholes outside the box. Tirico puts in a great free kick, but the ball doesn't do its job. The ball goes straight through and flies into the net. 1-1. Direct free kick from Tirico. Fuck. Not bad for 4.2%. Direct free kick from Tirico. As this video approaches 1 like from 100. Dankeschön. Barry Thomas Twig, my actual team has more points than my free hit team. Woodwork's been hit at Craven Cottage. Fulham so close to an equaliser. Bowen Morte sends the ball into the box for Sahar, who hits a hopeful looking half volley goalwards. It's a great effort, but he sees it come back off the angle of post and bar. Fulham are pressing. The reason I've stuttered a bit on that one is because it actually says Fulham so close to an equaliser. Boer Morte, B-O-A-R. Boer Morte. really threw me, that one. I think Dave's been on the sauce tonight. James Trustwell saying Matt Holland's the new postman. He's reliable as. Rob Pick, Zlatan from Wolfpack saying the Sheffield United source on Reddit is 100% reliable. For fuck's sake, tinkering starts all over again. Substitution at Ellen Road. The fourth goal has sparked West Ham into life and they're suddenly getting forward. They replaced Trevor Sinclair with Jermaine Genus and everybody with Leeds ownership just licked their lips a little bit more. James Alapan says Tarico is a freako. Kieran McCormack, Keane, Hart and Irwin on the score sheet. Holland assist, decent return for the Irish internationals. Ian McAllister, Pep was talking about rotation as presser this afternoon. Nah, he wasn't, was he, Ian? What, Pep talking about rotation? Nah, come off it, mate. Nah, he wouldn't, would he? I saw what he said. Yeah, we play Arsenal and then we've got to play again in 3 days. No, you haven't, you prick. It's 5 days. Then it's 3 days. Then it's another 3 days. Then it's 4 days. I know what's happening with your schedule, mate. Don't act like you ain't got a fucking squad. At least you've got a big enough squad. You can put 2 different teams out. Your second team would still finish second in the Premier League, mate. Stop whinging and get the fuck on with it. Thanks for the leak, FBL Pringle. Substitution at Craven Cottage. Really open game here. But Newcastle are struggling to assert themselves. Besaidis is another to have had a quiet game. And he makes way for Craig Bellamy. Jessica Pye wants Hart off. What do you want him Hart off for? He might score again yet, Jess. Also includes Boer Morte is a beast. Jessica Pye, massive screaming tantrum just occurred. Why is that, Jessica? Simon Dan saying Ireland was so good back then. I think I missed the comments, but I guess we're going back to mid-90s or black and white times. Mid-90s, I know, I'm joking. How Pep talking about rotation probably means the same 11 start twice. Imagine that. Oh, dear. James Alapan, if we're doing FPL, I need to ask a deadly serious question. All right, James. So let me rub my eyes. Let me pull my cap down a bit. Was looking at fixtures. Oh, this pesky double game week, and now I'm thinking I want Aurea Sun Kane. Tell me I want something. James, you're on something, mate. Wait at least a fucking week, honestly. Kieran Martin, does that mean McPhail is due a goal then? So, I mean, McPhail's had plenty of returns lately. He's not going to return every game. Excuse me. Gary Shepherd says if the stream gets the second thumbs down, it's definitely Pep. Oh, after the double game week. No, you're not mad. You're not mad. Goal for Fulham. I was too busy in the chat. Alan Goma has equalised for Fulham and Stolters has the assist. Goal Goma, assist for Stolters. I imagine the two of them could be in quite a few free hit teams. Goal Goma, assist Stolters. I think Stolters will be knocking about in a lot of teams just generally anyway. So, big goal at the Cottage. Fulham 2, Newcastle 2. They've fallen apart, the Geordies. They have that habit, don't they? Fulham 2, Newcastle 2. Goma, goal, Stolters, assist. Spilt me beer. Pete Haley, hey, what's Nketiah and Mahrez or Ings and Laporte? So let me reread that, Pete. Hey, what's Nketiah and Mahrez or Ings and Laporte? So Nketiah is a type of sauce. and it goes on to like it's kind of a Morris is like a kebab skewer. And what was the other one you were asking, mate? An Ings on a Laporte. I think that's a Spanish airport, actually, mate. So, yeah. I know what you meant, Pete. Which idea is better? Not the one with Nketiah, is my opinion. Goma, great team goal. Bowen, who's played well today. He's on for bonus. Threads the ball through to Stolters, who makes his way into the box. The Latvian finds Goma, who had joined the attack in plenty of space, and he fires a wonderful finish past Given. Ram, oh my God, I got both. Rob Bick, Goma, you absolute god. Goal against his former club. Lots happy there with some Stolzer stuff. James Lapron, oof, going to be some big scores, I reckon. Do you not know anymore, James? Is it just like all out of your hands? Are you just not in it? Do you not know what's going on? Big chance at Anfield. Try as they may, Arsenal just can't find a way back into this. Jeffers has just seen a volley go narrowly over, but in truth, the away side have been second best tonight. Henry has just been booked for pulling back Berger, a sign of frustration. 1 pointer incoming for Thierry Henry owners. He's won. It's alright, he's saving it for the weekend when he needs to. James Open said, can't be bothered to check. You're good, Pete Haley. I was only playing with you, mate. Samuel Hawkins, I'm doing absolutely rubbish, but that's 4 goals from my defenders tonight on a free hit. Blinding, mate. VDM2, Goma and Stolters. Yes, sir. I mean, there would have been a popular defensive and midfield picks, I think, particularly for free hitters. So, I think that's a sneakily quite a big goal, that one. Jessica Pye have fallen apart worse than Leeds at the end of last season. Don't worry about it, mate. Block FPL, happy with that Goma goal. James Lapron, Tala in the chat. It's not Suj in the chat. Matthew Hobbs, for fuck's sake, Henry. Cal JB, Lazy James, tut. Listen, man. Cut me some slack, right? I had 2 hours off today. 2 hours off. Sujan Shas is now looking at Aguero ahead of Leroy following Pringles news. Don't do that, Suj. It's fucking boring. A substitution to tell you about at Craven Cottage. Fulham freshen things up at the back, bringing on Zach Knight for Andy Melville. It's been a wonderfully open game, and Newcastle are setting their stall out to attack again. It really could go either way. Look at the comments, Suj. Bradley Parker, Suj, you can't ditch Sane. Cole, no, Suj, you have to keep Sane. Alan Motdaddy, late joiner here, all. You can't see it because he's typed it in black, but he also said, Suj, keep Sane. What are you doing? The Storm Legacy. Keane repays me for kicking him out the side for sure with another double-digit haul. Lovely. All those Redbrough owners who had him, was it sprained wrist when he played against Leicester, are thinking, how is Robbie Keane still on the pitch? Ian Davis, what about your love of Sane, Suj? Jessica Pye, if Harry comes in now, I've well and truly shat a free hit up the wall. Harry! Woodwork's been hit at Ellen Road. Nearly a consolation here for the pressing hammers. Steve Potts sends in a corner. Genus rises higher than Matteo, but the youngster sees his header come back off the post. Leeds replace Eric Backer with Simon Johnston, and Robbie Keane stays on. Johnny Pringle says, don't let me put you off Sane, Suj. Oh, Recluse, you'll be sick if he does something. Which one? Oh, yeah, Sane. Brian Yule, we need Sane for the banner. Exactly. Mate, I told him, when we did a Patreon pod today, and I told him, and I even clipped it out of and put it into the intro, and me saying to him, if you don't pick Sane and he goes mental, it's going to be even worse than if you pick him and, like, he doesn't. You've got to have him now, mate. Got to have him now, mate. I don't think he'll start either, but you got to have him. Mark Dorney says, get rid of Sane. Braniel says, Suj is 5 points below me. Don't start taking it seriously now, mate. I think Suj thinking about Sane was Suj taking it seriously, mate. Joe Finley Batter, Sane needs that one owner, Suj. Do him proud. Neil Murray, bit confused by the reaction to the Aguero news. Did anyone really think he wouldn't start tomorrow? I agree, Neil. Yeah. I agree. But I think with Aguero, it's always the reassurance is nice. If Johnny's saying it, I trust him. Johnny definitely is not doing that as a stitch up. Johnny's saying it because he's been informed that's what's happening. And if it's wrong, then Johnny's source is wrong. Gary Robinson saying, Pringle, is that a hint on Sane? Niz Godfrey says, don't do that, Jessica. What's Jessica doing? Leeds are going to concede, aren't they? I mean, now you've said it, probably not. Sujan Shai, if I beat James tonight, I buy Sane. If I lose Aguero, you know you're getting whoop-ass, boy. Goal at Craven Cottage. Shearer. Alan Shearer has scored for Newcastle. Craig Bellamy with the assist. Fulham 2, Newcastle 3. 12 minutes to go at Craven Cottage. Shearer has a double. Bradley Parker, nah, Suj, you stick with Sane no matter what. Here's Gary Smith. Hello, Gary. Gary, we wasn't expecting you till Wednesday, mate. Pete Haley, what's this about Aguero? Oh, Jesus Christ, when people coming late. No offence, Pete. We think we've been informed Aguero's starting tomorrow. Take that however you want to take it. Graham S, well. Gary Smith in the building. Near Shatzy, yes. Alan, Bradley Parker, sure, you beauty. FPL Andy gives the 5 times over. Gary Smith, Tarico, thumbs up. Keep up, Gary. David Strom, Stephen Hamilton, Matt Hobbs, Auto Recluse, Arid Travo, Cal is happy. On the Shearer goal, Shearer scored his second of the night. It's a simple one. Bellamy swings in a corner and Shearer out jumps Barmore. It'd send a firm header past Hanneman, who has struggled. Newcastle look to close it out now. Jesus Christ, imagine not having Shearer with the double game week to come as well. I wonder if that's even an option. Shearer away to Leicester and at home to Arsenal. Is that safer than Henry? Because that's what my choice is coming down to now. Shearer or Henry. Scala, awesome. Shearer did predict 3-2 for Newcastle. Mate, Newcastle playing fucking 11 minutes to go yet, mate. Gary Shepherd says, you got heart, Gary Smith. Fucking hope so. Jessica Pye and Brave just about makes up for the Tarico goal on the bench. Jessica, I worry about you a bit. Relax, it's all good. Pete Haley, hey, who do you think will be in the Prem next season? I'm a Brentford fan. I have some hope it might be us. Pete, I don't know what you've done with your stadium, man. It looks shit. It's the most unattractive new stadium I've seen in a long, long time. What you done now? It looks shit. Seats, like yellow seats and stuff, like mixed with red. What have you done? What have you done? I'd love to see Brentford come up though. And plus, I ain't been there. New stadium, ticket off the list. Easy to get to. Probably wouldn't be able to get a ticket, but try and find a way. Aritronic, Gary, is it Wednesday? Give us the team news in advance, please. Stephen Hammond went wrong on a captaincy choice. We all did. Thank fuck I bought Shearer. Jesus, imagine not doing that. Gary Smith, unwho the United news. Yes, Gary. You've been advised where to find news. We all knew the United news on Sunday, mate. Rory. CMFPL just doesn't like drawers. Yes, unless it's Derby against Wimbledon. Fucking up everyone's double game week. News from Old Trafford. United should be back in front. Beckham puts in a lovely cross for Andy Cole. The England striker is in space and has a simple finish, but he miscues and puts it wide. Shocking. Suj has his head in his hands. Will United regret that miss? John Tyner. Hi, Brian Yule. Brian Yule. Hey, John. Hi, John Tyner. Alan Mott Daddy. Southampton at home is too good to turn down. Yes, but will he start? Gary Smith. I've just won the league 3 times in a row with Spurs and Championship Manager. Very good, Gary. Very good. Well done. Picked a good team there, mate. Pete Haley, sad we won't get to say goodbye to Griffin Park. I'm sad for you that you won't as well. I hope the club can organise something where people can go and look. Hat-trick, Alan Shearer at Craven Cottage. He's got 3 assists for Warren Barton. Newcastle lead 4-2 at Fulham. And where Viduka got a hat-trick, so too now has Alan Shearer. And Henry got a hat-trick at Fulham as well. That's 3 players who've got hat-tricks away to Fulham now this season. Shearer has a treble. Warren Barton with the assist. Newcastle lead 4-2. You were told, Scala, 11 minutes to go. There's now 8. Newcastle lead 4-2 at Fulham. Shearer has a hat-trick. And everybody thinking, oh, I should have captained him. Well done, Shearer captainers. Feely M2 is Dyer still on. Yes, also bought by me this week. He's got fuck all. He certainly ain't going to be in the bonus with those sort of returns, I don't think. Shearer's going to be, he's going to be on a 10 rating there, isn't there? There won't be that many bonuses, I don't think, in that game. Shearer completes his hat-trick and surely seals the points for Newcastle. Another set-piece goal after Goma fouled caught out wide. Barton swings in a nice delivery. Shearer is mismatched against Betsy and sends another header into the net. I wonder if this will make people lean towards captaining Alan Shearer in game week 23. Jessica Bias definitely makes up for the goal and assist sitting on the bench. Max, shake my head. Shearer would have been gold as captain. Yeah, hindsight. Let's not forget that Fulham had a player sent off after, 5 minutes or so. Clean sheet wipeout. Shit, went Henry a week early. Man, clean sheet wipeout. Matt, if only you was like a patron on Slack and you'd know that. Ah, shit, you do know anyway. Gary Robinson caught over Shearer went well. Bad times. All the court owners are quite quiet, aren't they? Has anyone got Court and Shearer? I guess it's one or the other, isn't it? Gary Shepherd, Shearer has properly killed me. I think anyone with Shearer's looking at green, I think. Is probably how you're looking at the moment. Imagine not having Shearer or Hart tonight. My God. Anyone out there in the chat not got Shearer or Hart? That's potentially very painful. Liverpool, of course, also hanging on to a clean sheet at the moment. Michael Denfor has 10 attacking returns. Now, how many have I got? 3 from Shearer, 2 from Hart, 1 from Viduka. That's me, 6. Close at Fulham. Newcastle so close to a 5th. If Chettle can take pen, Shearer can take 3 kicks out wide. He puts in a lovely cross. Dyer rises to meet it and he heads it inches wide. So close. Oh, that would have been a banger for me. James Nelson, my wife's team, picked Court over Shearer. Your wife's team. Neil Murray has both Hart and Shearer. But on 3 here. That's okay, pal. You just need to get them again for the weekend. Gary Robinson says no Shearer or Gary here. Court and Radaby. Did you just write Gary for the crack, or you've retracted the message because he said he didn't have Gary. He definitely called Gary. You called Gary. Cole JB says, "How's it looking in Suj versus James? Shall we have a look?" We'll run them through. I think I'm winning. I think. So as it stands, I'm on for obviously nothing. Well, let's forget the nothings. Clean sheet here, PR. Ian Hart's returns. Nothing in my midfield. Viduka captain goal. Shearer hat-trick. So I've got returns from Hart, Hippier, Viduka, Shearer. That's where it's looking for me. And bits and bobs. I mean, Biscan and McPhail are both going to be free. So that's almost like an extra assist as it stands. Let's see if we can find Suj's team. Leagues. So Suj has Hearts returns. He's got a Mal Bronk assist. He's got Cole captain assist. He's got Viduka, and he's got Shearer's hat trick. Man United are limply surrendering here. They haven't had a chance since Cole's awful miss. Ipswich will be very happy with their point if they can hold on to it, and it looks like they will. So I think off that, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to depend on the bonus quite a bit, I think. It's going to be close. I think I'm going to edge it, but it's going to be close. Suj says, I think our head says it's close. 5 points in it, maybe. So, yeah, can depend on bonus. Yeah, and he said that as well. Suj could go down to bonus points. Pete Haley, have you given up North versus South? No. Did a podcast on it today, mate, with our differential team on Patreon. Decided the rest of you didn't seem that bothered about it. Jessica, if it goes to BPS, you're stuffed, Suj. Gary Smith, Dudek and Martin playing. Question, yes. Gary, man, get yourself on Twitter. Stop telling me you ain't on Twitter. We know you are on Twitter. Just don't use it much. FPL Renarid 9, Hippier standard 3 bonus points. Not expecting it considering it's been booked. So I'm just expecting that to be a 5-pointer, to be honest. Brian Yule, I gave you every chance, York. I really did. Listen, if he can make it there, he'll make it anywhere. Update from Ellen Road. Leeds send a long ball forward, and who else but Thomas Repka is underneath it. Of course, he's fouling horribly. He receives a yellow, and Leeds have a free kick just outside the box. Ready? It's coming. Brian Yule says York is the Dominic Solanke of Champ Man. No, he is not. He's the David McGoldrick. Gary Robinson. Didn't Hippier get an assist? Oh, fuck me. Yeah, a clean sheet and assist Hippier, isn't it? Thanks, Gary. Yeah. So that's at least an 8-pointer Hippier, isn't it? That could be a difference maker, actually. Forgot about that. Imagine this. Ian Hart hat-trick. Could be. We're about to find out, I think. Any sec. They've lined it up. And it could be they've lined it up because there's 4 games and they're a bit bored and shit happens. And Joe Jenkins, best game week ever. Graham S, nah, surely not twice. Saved. Unbelievable. Hart's free kick is outstanding. Probably even better than his first. But David James does fantastically well to get his fingertips to it and sends it behind. So close. West Ham cleared a corner. And that looks like that. Don't be too greedy, kids. He's on for potentially the 21-pointer. Potentially. Wow, some big returns knocking about tonight. You got to think between them without captaincy. Hart and Shearer is going to probably be 36 points without. I know that's wrong, isn't it? 38 points without a captaincy. If you captained either of them, I mean, you did 60 points between the two, basically. Full-time whistles have gone. FPL captain has turned them red. Very well done for my man, FPL captain. Superstar, go give my man a follow. It's not just about liking the video. It's about giving him a follow. Fucking services, this man. And you see that little Patreon thing? That was his idea. That's it. Short on games, high on action. Fulham 2, Newcastle 4, Leeds 4, West Ham 0, Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0, Manchester United 1, Ipswich 1. Bonus point and save points coming up shortly. And remember, Luke will be live 10 o'clock on the Championship Manager channel tonight reviewing tonight's games, looking forward to game week 23, going through all the updated injury news, etc. He has a special guest this evening. I'll be joining in. Luke, you DM me that link whenever you like, mate. Let's get the show on the road. Can I be live on 2 YouTube channels at the same time? Typical. I'm normally busting for a wee and I don't really feel like I need one. But I'm going to have to do one, aren't I? FPL Renard 9 says, Gary Smith, are you one of those people who talk through films asking what is happening constantly? No. It's all good in films, mate. It's all good with films. It's all good with films. Loving the chat for our friend FPL Captain. So, this is going to boil down to bonus, isn't it? Suj, total up your scores. In fact, do you know what? I need 2 nominees. 2 people in the chat. First 2. Someone put James, someone put Suj. You're the nominees. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Mr. Gary Shepherd. Scarlett, no graphics tonight on the Championship Manager channel. Suj is saying I'm 7 points up on him before BPS. Okay, interesting. I think that's probably going to be enough. Thank you, Rory Scott. All right, Adam English, Jessica, you're the nominees. Adam, you got to tally up my team. Jessica, you got to tally up Suj's team. So my team for Adam is Seaman, Hart, Haridason, Hippier, easy to remember, Triple H at the back, McPhail, Biscan, Gerard, Dyer, Henri, Viduka, Shearer, Viduka captain, and Suj's team was, while we're getting it up, I'll tell you the bonus. Fulham, Newcastle. Top bonus obviously goes to Alan Shearer. I think the game might be refreshing. Sorry, the game's refreshing. It won't let me do shit. Alan Shearer has top captain. The fuck, man. Top bonus at Craven Cottage. 2 bonus points for Stolzers, Malbronk. Suja's got Malbronk, I know that. Lewis Sahar, Lewis Bowen-Morte, Shay Given, Warren Barton. There is 1 save point for Fulham sub-goalkeeper Marcus Hanneman. 2 for Shay Given. Quick. Red cards, obviously, for Van der Sar on 9 minutes. Chettle, 2 yellow cards, sent off on 52. Shearer's man of match rating was a 10 out of 10. Cole Court was booked. So too, Fulham's Lee Clark. There's big news coming in from Ellen Road very shortly, which you won't fucking believe. Steve Marley was sacrificed on 9 minutes with that red card. Marcus Henneman obviously replaced him. Andy Melville was replaced by Zach Knight on 75. Newcastle changes were Sapunsis for Elliott on 58. Quinn for Speed, 58. Bellamy for Besaidis on 64. Top bonus at Ellen Road does not go to Ian Hart. He cannot match John Lundstrom. Top bonus goes to Lucas Radaby. There are 2 bonus points for Nigel Martin, Ian Hart, Dominic Matteo, Rio Ferdinand, Robbie Keane, Mark Viduka, and Jermaine Defoe. Nigel Martin with 2 save point bonus. David James with 1. Repka and Joe Cole were both booked in the match. Trevor Sinclair had a 5 out of 10 rating, was replaced on 67 by Jermaine Genus. Don Hutchison also had a 5 out of 10 rating, replaced on 53 by Michael Carrick. Hayden Fox replaced the poor Steve Potts in injury time. Leeds changes were Jacob Burns for Harpal Singh on 58 and Simon Johnson for Eric Backer on 75. Radaby's man of match rating was a 9 out of 10. Hart and the others only with 8 out of 10. Top bonus at Anfield goes to Stefan Honcho. Sammy Hippier does have a double point return for me, I believe. 2 bonus points for Hippier, Fowler and Heskey. There were 5 bookings in the match. Hippier, Berger, Tony Adams, Ray Parler, Thierry Henry, Arsenal's sole change was Francis Jeffers. Sorry, correction. Bergkamp had replaced the injured Robert Perez on 42, and then Jeffers replaced the injured Bergkamp on 58. No Arsenal player with more than a 7 out of 10 in rating. Henry was a 7. Jamie Redknapp and Nick Barmby replaced Danny Murphy and Steven Gerrard for Liverpool on 58 minutes. Laugh your tits off. Top bonus at Old Trafford goes to Dwight York. Well done, Rob Pick, the scout. 2 bonus points for Mikel Silvestre and Matteo Sereni. Sereni also with 2 save point bonus, means a 6-pointer in the Ipswich goal for Sereni. 2 yellow cards in the match for David Beckham and Nicky Butt. Beckham and Silvestre, despite injury concerns, completed the full 90 minutes. Luke Chadwick replaced Nicky Butt on 44 minutes. Ronnie Woolworth replaced Wes Brown on 70. I presume that's a locked-in clean sheet for Wes Brown's no owners. No Ipswich players, but Pablo replaced by Peralta on 60. Martin Reusser replaced Matt Holland on 66. I must have beaten Suj. Suj says, James, you got me by 5-6 points. Great game week. I think I'll maintain overall rank. Well done, mate. Good game week, everybody. Thoroughly enjoyable as per usual. I'm going to take a little break now so I can go and have a piss, say goodnight to my son, get ready to join Luke. Make sure you join us on the Championship Manager stream. I guess as soon as we're ready, we'll go, but it is a scheduled start time of 10 o'clock. Before you leave, if you're a Sky player, we would have a Sky podcast out in preparation for tomorrow night's restart. First thing in the morning. We're not going to have any additional content in the afternoon. We're going to leave you for your headspace to circulate on rumours about Aguero and Lundstrom and Fleck and O'Connell and all that stuff. Trust your sources. Don't trust people that you don't know tomorrow. There will be some wind-up merchants. That's the best advice I can give you. The second best advice I can give you is play it your way. Do your thing for FPL. There isn't a right and a wrong. Play it however you want to. Suj and I will be back with main podcast Thursday night, reviewing the 2 games from Wednesday night. What does it feel watching Premier League football behind closed doors? Something none of us have ever experienced before. We'll be talking about how the TV coverage is, obviously what we learned from the games. The majority of us may have had 10, 11 players play by that stage, so we can have an idea on FPL updates. Friday, I'll be streaming again, round about 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. Come and join me in the chat. We'll talk chat, man, FPL, football. Friday's going to be emotional for me, mate, not being able to go to White Hart Lane. So, yeah, it's going to be a strange one. I'm going to watch the game in the house on my own. It's going to be a weird one, but I'm also looking forward to it. Saturday, we'll do this all over again, but for the majority of you, hope to see you very, very shortly on the Champman FPL stream. Thank you very much. Drop the video a like on your way out the door. Much love. Hope your arrows are green. Ciao for about 5 minutes. See you later, everybody.